He's reporting that Mike Evans has agreed to a 2-year deal to stay in Tampa. So here's how I think of this. I mean, he's so underrated. I can't wait to ask Chris Collinsworth about it. He's coming off his 10th straight 1,000-yard season. That is an NFL record to start his career. And I think this is important for a couple of reasons. It's not just a headline. It's not just like on the crawl and then we move away. So beyond getting to keep what is a franchise legend in the building, a Super Bowl champion, I do think that this means Baker's coming back. That's what I think. We talked to Baker at the Super Bowl, of course. Mike Evans' agent is Derek Gilmore. He came out Saturday and he said that Evans, quote, doesn't want to mess around with a quarterback he doesn't trust or know at this stage in his career. Granted, he's had 1,000-yard seasons catching the ball from lots of guys, but I think, you know, he signs this deal at this point knowing what's going to happen at quarterback, having at least a great idea about that. And I think we're going to hear from Baker on this very soon. And by the way, as I said, we did have Baker on during Super Bowl week, and he had plenty to say about his wide receiver one.
We both have to do what's best for ourselves, but yeah, I would, if I'm back in Tampa, I would love to have Mike back. And the guy deserves to be a Buck for life.
You love him.
Yeah, Mike Evans definitely deserves to be a Buck for life. And he's not just one of the best wide receivers, underrated wide receivers, one of the best underrated, but he's also one of the best guys out there as well. He does so much for the community and for charities in the city of Tampa without even putting his name on it. He just does it under the low, and it's just so great. He's just a great guy just overall.
Evans put up his highest receiving total in 5 years. He led the league in touchdown catches with Baker, who sort of lit up, started beaming once we started talking to him at Super Bowl about his guy. So I'm excited to see this duo run it back. Jason Light, we know you, we love you. You gotta get the deal done to bring Baker back. I think by all accounts, as you're bringing Hammer, by all accounts, you know, we were on the phone on my drive in. I do want to ask Chris, like, he is, for some reason, not given the love. He's a Super Bowl champion. You can't say it was Brady because he's done so much work in so many seasons opposite Chris Godwin, not with Chris Godwin out there, just like putting up great numbers. And I love that Gronk brings up the point, and it's not a throwaway, what he is as a man from when he was drafted, from when we were doing our draft stories on him over on Good Morning Football about what kind of a person he is and what a good example he is.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, you brought it up with the 10 straight 1,000-yard seasons. He's just been the model of consistency. And isn't that what greatness is? You know, being able to perform at a high level for such a long period of time. And you're right. I don't feel like it gets appreciated enough, especially when you look at, because, you know, you mentioned Brady. He's done it with so many different quarterbacks, too. And with a lot of instability at the quarterback position, he's still shown up every single year and performed at the highest level.
Hall of Famer?
I think so. I definitely think so. I wouldn't have thought about that a few years ago. It was actually, you know, we were talking with Chris Carter on Good Morning Football, and he was the first one that I heard really say it. And when you look into the numbers, he's right. Mike Evans has a Hall of Fame resume already, and it's only going to continue to grow over these next couple of years.
Did you watch the Combine like just an animal as usual?
I took little breaks here and there, you know, celebrate my birthday and all that, but I did whatever I missed live. I made sure to catch up on. So
everybody,
yes,
it was Hamilton's birthday this past weekend. Happy birthday, Matthew Hamilton. You spent it watching Dune. Do you care to give us quickly, before we dig into the Combine and the nitty gritty of it all and give some takeaways,